Where the head is considered so sacred that it might not even be touched without grave offense, the cutting of the hair must be a delicate and difficult operation. The difficulties and dangers which beset the operation are of two kinds. There is first the danger of disturbing the spirit of the head, which may be injured in the process and may revenge itself upon the person who molests him. Secondly, there is the difficulty of disposing of the shorn locks. For it is believed by many different kinds of peoples that the sympathetic connection which exists between oneself and every part of one's body continues to exist even after the physical connection has been broken. And that therefore an individual will suffer from any harm that may befall the several parts of their body, such as the clippings of hair or the parings of nails. The simplest way of evading the peril is not to cut the hair at all. Among the Jumpa tribe, there are priests on whose head no razor may come during the whole of their lives. The God who dwells in the man forbids the cutting of his hair on pain of death. The hair is conceived as the seat and lodging place of the god, so that were it shorn, the god would lose his abode in the priest. In the Darkgang Islands, those believed responsible for serious crimes are presented with a dilemma. They can either choose to die by strangulation or cut their hair, which results in being shunned by the community. The Barokataks are afraid of frightening away the soul of a child. Hence, when they cut its hair, they always leave a patch unshorn, to which the soul can retreat before the shears. Usually this lock remains unshorn all through life, or at least through adolescence. There is also a bevy of tales of queens choosing death for their sons rather than allow the prince's hair to be shorn, thus disqualifying them from kingship. When it does become necessary to crop the hair, measures are taken to lessen the dangers that attend the operation. The chief of Fongo in Suchu always eats human flesh, by way of precaution immediately before he has his hair cut. In many cultures, spells are uttered at haircutting. One, for example, is spoken to consecrate the obsidian knife with which the hair is cut. The cutter of the hair is also tabooed. His hands having been in contact with a sacred head, he may not touch food with them or engage in any other employment. Even when the hair has been safely cut, there remains the difficulty of disposing of it, for their owner believes himself liable to suffer from any harm that may befall them. The notion that a man may be bewitched by means of the clipping of his hair, or any other severed portion of his person, is almost worldwide. The general idea on which the belief rests is that of the sympathetic connection supposed to persist between a person and everything that has once been part of his or her body. The Kazouls of the Romangian mountains imagine that if mice get a person's shorn hair and make a nest of it, that person will suffer from headaches or even become idiotic. To preserve the cut hair and nails from injury and from the dangerous uses to which they may be put by sorcerers, it is necessary to deposit them in some safe place. Thus, in Swenson lands, you are recommended to deposit your clipped hair in some spot where neither sun nor moon can shine on it. Some people simply burn their loose hair to save it from falling into the hands of sorcerers. The destruction of the hair plainly involves an inconsistency of thought. The object of the destruction is avowedly to prevent these severed portions of the body from being used by sorcerers. But the possibility of their being so used depends upon the supposed sympathetic connection between them and the body from whom they were severed. And if this sympathetic connection still exists, clearly these severed portions cannot be destroyed without injury to the man.